Ask Reddit by DN3. If you found yourself blessed with 3 months of abundant free time, where all your basic needs are met and you have the delightful addition of $500 in spending money each month, how would you spend your time? Sleep for the first week, then start doing all the projects around the house. Prediction: you'll be sleeping well into the 3rd week. Don't judge me please, I just want 3 months of eating good food I don't have to make myself and play The Sims 4. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I guess I could go to Five Guys like 4 times. You could even go to Panda Express twice. $500 a month? I guess stay home. I give myself a $500 allowance every month. I get 2 responses from this. People who think I'm a wasteful oil baron. People who think I'm a cheapskate with no social life. The same things I do now with any time off of work. Read, play video game, binge watch YouTube, Netflix. I just enjoy my time off not having to deal with other humans. I'd just be doing it for 3 months instead of 2 days. I broke my ankle and tore a bunch of ligaments in January slipping on ice, and that's pretty close to what I do with my time. The one difference for me is my dog has been straight up spoiled. Last 2 months it's been park hike in the morning and walk around our area in evening. He's going to be crushed in about a month when I go back to work. Some boredom sure, but I mostly enjoy it. Recently quit my job and have savings. I have a few interviews, so I'm not worried about being out of work for long. Turns out I have just done random projects around the house, cleaned my house, read some books, and have reverted to my natural circadian rhythm, which is not getting up before noon. So, basically nothing. And it's amazing. I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing, and it was everything that I thought it could be. Peter Gibbons, Office Space. I accidentally found myself in a situation like this, but for almost a year. As an introvert I enjoyed some things I couldn't when I was working on a 9-5 weekday schedule, things like an empty movie theaters, uncrowded supermarkets, less traffic and stuff, but my most memorable time spent was with my senior pups. We made it to park daily, something I was unable to do when I was working, and forever grateful I was able to. Same. Started a new job right before COVID hit. They kept me on, told me to go home, and paid me to do nothing for 3+ months until I had to come back into work. I had also just moved to Colorado. So I basically knew absolutely nobody and couldn't really meet anyone either because of the pandemic. I went into the mountains and hiked pretty much every day. Can honestly say that was the best period of my life. I'll never have something like it again. Exercise, do house repairs and practice even more music. I miss the lockdown. I was lucky enough to stay home and do minimal work, so it was family walks and home cooked meals every day. I just spent 2.5 years doing exactly this. Except with a budget of $1,000/month. I hopped on my motorcycle and wandered around South America for 2.5 years. 10/10 would, will absolutely, do it again. Sounds interesting. What did you get up to? Work on my book every day as if it were my job. Same, but my script's animated projects. Hookers and blow, minus the hookers or blow as they are expensive and I only have $500 spending money. What if you claim hookers and blow as a basic need? Playing video games, watching shows, streams etc, and not spending the $500 each month so that I'd have $1,500 saved up by the end. I am literally living that life right now. I am a professor on summer break. I moved out of my house and am currently apartment sitting for a friend that is in Europe for 3 months. The rent I am paying for the apartment is significantly less than my rent at my house. So, what am I doing? Pretty much nothing. relaxing, spoiling my daughters, concerts, baseball games, visiting really nice restaurants that I've always wanted to try. My friend works for the Denver Broncos and asked me if I want to come in a few days a week to help him. I am considering it. If that falls through, I might volunteer some hours somewhere. It is nice. I'm glad some other teachers read this post title and amp related. It was a nice reminder of one of the job perks we sometimes take for granted. I'd learn. I'd cerebrally frolic, if that resonates with anyone. It resonates. Go on some long backpacking trips and lots of fishing. The weather is nice here now, so I'd be outside as much as possible. And when I'm not, then some lazy recovery days playing games, listening to music and watching shitty streaming shows. Great question. It's crazy how salty people can be about a hypothetical situation. Like if they can't do expensive hobbies, they can't be happy. Sucks to be them. It's kinda sad how far down I had to go to find anything outdoor related. Probably buy things for my kid. I like making them smile. I love parents like you. In August it will be 10 years. I do whatever I feel like doing. I sleep, eat, play games, smoke pot, masturbate, watch movies, TV and screw around on the internet. How did I do it? I moved to a quiet town in the Midwest and paid $39K for my home. I work less than 20 hours a week to pay all my bills. Is it lonely? Did you live in a city before? Genuinely curious, as I imagine many people are thinking about doing this considering housing costs. I've been doing this the past 6 months. I have been going on long walks daily, cooking for myself, practicing yoga, chilling in the park, taking care of little odds and ends around the house, and I've been out of state a few times to visit my parents. And I've even taken a few self-paced professional development courses. It's been really nice. I dread going back to work. Relate, but I dread going back to school instead of work. How do you answer when someone asks you what you do for work, what you do? For me, I just tell them the course I stopped taking and try to leave it at that. They always ask about my age and guess what year I am probably in, and it makes me so uncomfortable and feel like a pose. It's hard to tell people that I do nothing and study nothing at the moment, although I do self-study languages, etc. It's not exactly considered something one studies as a career. You know, I was recently laid off and have the savings to live comfortably while out of work. I've really just been doing all the things I wish I could while I was at work: gardening, cleaning the house, going outdoors for hikes, disc golf, traveling. It's nice being able to be spontaneous again, to charge my phone, twerk, be bisexual, eat hot chip and amp, lie. You forgot, bed, https://i.imgur.com/bw67wgk.jpg close bracket. This is a dream. Based on my nickname, I'm hitting the hobby shops hard and every other week having a good time. The weeks in between recovering from that week's chemo infusion. It really sucks trying to work while receiving chemo. And in answer to the inevitable question, stage 4 metastatic pancreatic. I'm making progress, though. Hoping for the best for you. Working through is living through. God bless. Keep up the fight. I'd spend my time doing fuck all. Camping and fishing for a whole summer in Alaska. I would visit as many libraries, museums, and places of historic interest in my nearby areas. Then have a lovely lunch nearby. Maybe buy a mug. Then drive home. I could do that. I am doing this currently and it's the most boring of things I have ever done. Why? Learning stuff with masterclass, mastermind, Brainly all those platforms, like Udemy, and making home gym stuff and calisthenics. I do this every year as a teacher. Stay at home and try to make it to next month. I would sign my kids up for all of the activities. Ice skating, t-ball, guitar lessons, art lessons. We would totally go to one of those guided painting shops, paint pottery. I found myself in that situation because of unfortunate life events. I just read a lot, play some video games, try to go out with my friends, get out to enjoy the nice weather and order in sometimes. I do sports 3 times a week, lost some of the weight I gained because of the unfortunate events. I play my instruments, tidy the house a lot more. It's good, but it's good because it won't last forever, even if sometimes I kind of wish it did. The secret of having your needs met is having parents that can afford it and support you. If the COVID lockdown 2020 taught me anything, then it's that most people won't use their free time to train for a marathon, learn an instrument, write their book they have been talking about for years. They just sit around, complain they are bored, and drink too much alcohol. Smoke weed and play video games. $500 a month? In this economy? We're staying home and barbecuing. $500 can buy you 10 briskets per month, but seeing as how brisket is one of life's essential needs, I think that would be one of the things included outside of the $500, right? $500 $5 air fill is 100 air fills. Provided air from a scuba tank isn't considered a basic need through some magic loophole, I would go scuba diving 100 times. I can tell you exactly what because I lived that life before. Hot nothing. The first week or two is fun. By the end of the first month I was chomping at the bit to actually have something to do or somewhere to be. By the end of the second month I was crying to myself every other day and night because I had exhausted all my options. Let me tell you, $500 a month does not get you very far. And you can only buy so much happiness. You have to be a special kind of person who doesn't need a routine to actually enjoy that kind of experience. Not for me. Basic needs. Don't have to work and almost $17 a day. I'm set. Y'all don't know how to be poor. I'm going to Virginia Beach and staying with friends. If I'm stuck here, it's summer, so I'm going to ride my bicycle. Go to the gym and see how buff you can get in 3 months lol. Work on a personal project. Do volunteer work. Hang out and relax. Learn a new instrument or sport. Stuff like that. Save it. Drinking beer, reading comic books, and playing video games. Walking some good hikes. $500 a month? I'd skip your situation and keep working. Got ya, I'm going to ask again but make it $5,000. I mean people are being shitty. It's a good premise. What would you do if you had 3 months of free time with no bills whatsoever and some extra spending money? Personally I'd play through my video game backlog, go on hikes and bikes, visit friends, and spend more quality time with my girlfriend. I think I'd learn to play an instrument. Or try and do art. This happened to me. I got laid off with a good severance, but if I got a job, I didn't get the severance. So the object of the game was to spend all the company's money before getting the new job. I volunteered to fix hiking trails washed out by a flood, snowboarded a lot, biked, helped a local microbrewery can beer. It was a great experience. Reading, learning more. $500 a month for spending? Lol, it isn't the 1950s anymore. Been on work comp for 3 years at $1,650 a month and my wife makes good money. All I'm allowed to do is stay indoors. It gets old after a while. What am I gonna do with $500 a month, my guy? Haha. If all your basic needs are met, housing, food, transportation, and you can't figure out how to have fun with $500 more, you seriously lack imagination. Probably trying to figure out where the hell my 4 kids went. Really though, I would be happy to be able to sit down and really concentrate on my drawing. Finishing the remodel of my house probably. Volunteer at Imca Pool, assisting people with special needs. That's what I now do in my retirement.